What's going on? I'm King Cole and welcome back to the 5 Stack, where I give you 5 reasons why you should tune into the LCS. And as we wrap up week 2, we have a surprising team at the top of the leaderboards, which also gives us reason number 1 because Counter Logic Gaming is sitting in first place. Last week I mentioned how important CLG's matchup versus Evil Geniuses was when it came to establishing themselves as a top team in the LCS. And in a 42-minute banger, CLG were able to hand EG their first domestic loss in 77 days. And despite the fact that all 3 teams tied for first place have a 4-1 record, with the win over EG, CLG now owns the tiebreaker between the two. And considering TL's loss to TSM earlier over the weekend, I think it's safe to say that Counter Logic Gaming truly runs the LCS table. For now.
From Inspired, he's going to cut them off. Luger can teleport in.
Yep, he can take the wave. It's going to be a 3v2. Counter's going to be a safe body slam though. And he finds one. Takes the body. This is it. CLG are going to get everything that they ever wanted. They come back again. And CLG end week 1 and end week 2 in first place in the LCS.
And speaking of Team Liquid, that brings us to reason number 2, because which version of TL are we going to see? After starting the season 3-0 with a perfect game no less, TL struggled to find that success in the second week of the season. After dropping their first game to TSM, do you remember how bad they looked last split? Because I do. It looked like Team Liquid was headed for an 0-2 week after falling behind FlyQuest in the early goings. If it wasn't for FlyQuest bailing them out with a hurried Baron setup gone horribly wrong, there would be way more talk about how disappointing TL's second week was. Even then, pundits have been discussing which version of Team Liquid is their true form. Is it the aggressive monster that was raffle stomping everyone in the first week of the season? Or is it the frenzied hectic group that starts on the back foot and has to wait to capitalize on other teams' mistakes? The world may never know.
Will crumble. Afromu tries to find something, but Bjorn's gonna make it a double. And with that play, Bjornson breaks 2,200 kills in the LCS, and they break FlyQuest back.
Reason number 3, while TL had some hiccups, another team looked to finally be at full strength. And after the long-awaited debut of their full roster, it's clear that Cloud9 has come to play. After visa issues kept their spot lane out for the first week, C9 went winless in the first 3 games of the season. And just like the plot of every shonen anime in existence, the heroes swooped in to save the day. Cloud9 looked like a completely different team with their starting bot lane on the Rift. And while both Berserker and Sven had their growing pains in their first week as a duo, their matchup versus Dignitas was probably a lot closer than they'd like. It's clear that this is not a team to be taken lightly, finishing off their second week 2-0 with a big win over last year's Summer Champs 100 Thieves. And where their win over Dig came off a clutch last-minute team fight to come from behind, their win versus 100 Thieves was anything but, ending with a 14-3 kill score and a gold lead of over 15,000. Cloud9 demonstrated exactly what this roster was put together to do. That's win games and do so in a dominant fashion.
Gets the kill, and Fudge has zoned Abadaga away. Jensen's unstoppable. Abadaga, run away, Chicken Lord! There's no way to survive the bullets in the back, and that'll do it. C9, they didn't even need the Baron. They'll take the fight, they'll take the game right here.
For a long time, the LCS has felt like a very, shall we say, top-heavy league. The best teams constantly beat up those on the lower end of the standings, but in this split, the field is looking a lot more open, which, what do you know, gives us reason number 4. Before 100 Thieves win in summer last year, only 4 teams had ever hoisted the LCS title. But like Bob Dylan said, the times they are a-changin'. The last 2 splits have seen 2 more orgs added to that prestigious list, and we could possibly see the LCS have their 3rd new champion in a row if this split keeps going the way it has been. It seems that on any given day, anybody can beat anybody. Well, you know, everyone except Immortals. TSM, Golden Guardians, FlyQuest, hell, even Dignitas have all shown that they can hang with the best, which makes the race for playoffs this year that much more exciting.
40 minutes in, a 5-for-0 clean ace. What a dominant fight, and look at that damage out of the Twitch. 7,800 in one fight for Johnson. Absolutely erases CLG.
Jose Dioto sets him up, and Johnson knocks him down. FlyQuest ends the CLG winning streak and ties their own record 2-2.
The durability patch made a lot of waves in the world of professional league. Some people, primarily Assassin players, you know who you are, didn't care for the change, while others thought it was the best update in years. But however you feel about the durability patch, one thing that it's done for the pro league scene is unlock the champion pools of every single player who steps on the Rift. Which brings us to reason number 5, and honestly, my favorite one on this list. This meta is just so refreshing. I don't know about you, but if I had to see Jinx Aphelios and Corki Victor for the 5011th time, I would have gouged my own eyes out. But it appears as if the 200 years have finally come to an end. We're seeing champs burst back onto the meta that haven't really been seen since Faker Shockwave found them all. One of League's greatest strengths is its diverse champion roster, and for the last couple of splits that really hasn't been on display in the professional scene. But with the reduced risk of squishy champions getting one shot by a Talon jumping over a wall and ruining your life, more players have had the opportunity to show off some champion mastery that they hadn't been able to demonstrate for quite some time.
Thrown up into the air, and the money goes to Jose Dioto.
But that about does it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. What were some of your favorite moments from last week? What are you looking forward to this week? Let me know in the comments below. As always, remember to like and subscribe. Take it easy, be kind, and I'll see you next time.